Shout out to Leah Niece Williamson for sending me the story that is coming out of Chicago. In this picture, you see a man by the name of Tony Taylor, and he's holding a child. Now, of course, because the child is a minor, they protect the identity of the child. They blur the child's picture or face out of the image. So basically what you have is this man, like I said, his name is Tony Taylor, and he literally is a hero because he rescued this 7-year-old child while they were wandering around in the snow, like in a snowstorm, like just by themselves. Like, that's crazy. My first question, immediate question, is where are the parents or whatever, whoever was supposed to be watching them? But thankfully he found this child, and he, got the child and took the child where the child needed to be, and he recorded it and he put it on his Facebook page, and the video ended up going viral. Now, like I said, this happened in Chicago. Chicago always gets a bad rep, especially when it comes to the black residents there. But I bet you that they probably really won't talk about this in length like they should. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from the Atlanta Black Star. The Windy City was hammered by winter storms that dumped 18 inches of snow on Chicagoans last week. And the South Side Chicago man happened upon troubling sight while slogging through the blizzard-beaten roads on Wednesday, February 17th. Tony Taylor spotted a 7-year-old girl roaming the streets alone in Inglewood, one of the city's most notorious neighborhoods. The girl was alone, wearing no shoes and dressed in nothing but her onesie pajamas, the Chicago Sun-Times reported. Taylor's reaction to the heartbreaking discovery has him being hailed as an angel and local hero. I saw a lot of people yesterday that kept going, he said. That's not me. I wouldn't care if it was 20 feet of snow out there. I would have stopped. And the fact that he said he saw people out there, they just kind of walked past the girl like it was nothing, that's messed up. Taylor pulled over and picked the girl up, covered her in his coat, and put her in his car to shield her from the freezing temperatures, which dropped as low as 6 degrees. He called 911, then took to Facebook Live to issue a public bulletin asking for help to find aid for the child. Someone please come to 59th and Halstead. I have a little girl that's lost. I just found her on 59th and Halstead, he pleaded in the video. The little girl is lost. I'm trying to help her. Now, Taylor is being credited for saving the child's life. Alderman Stephanie Coleman, the Chicago's councilwoman who represents Inglewood, held a press conference Thursday, February 18th to hail Taylor for his heroic intervention. I told Mr. Taylor, you're an angel. You saved this baby's life. Forgive me, this ads keep popping up on my phone. You saved this baby's life and you changed her life forever, Coleman said. I just have to celebrate you and change the narrative. This brother's from Inglewood, and he's the difference and the change that we all want to see. Early Walker, a community activist known as Chicago's Secret Santa, rewarded Taylor and his wife with a night's stay at a 5-star hotel and a limo ride, while Chicago area publicist Sean Howard tacked on 2 free plane tickets to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We are thrilled. This could have been a totally different situation, Walker said. We could have been standing here today offering reward amounts for a missing child, but instead we are standing here praising Tony and his wife for stepping up and doing what any other individual would do. And they're probably glad they don't even have to do that. That's money that's more money that they didn't have to come out of their pockets. Taylor, age 46, found the child just after 5 p.m. Wednesday. He was driving in the 800 block of West 59th Street and said his 5-year-old daughter, who was in the car with him, spotted the girl walking in the snow. She was carrying a MacBook Pro laptop and clearly was underdressed for the frigid cold. Stunned by the sight, Taylor stopped to help the child. He told reporters the girl was shivering, her feet felt like icicles, and she was crying. The girl gave Taylor her address, which was about a mile away, and told him she was being abused. Oh, now we're getting to the root of it. And, that doesn't surprise me considering the conditions in which he found her. Taylor said he noticed a scar on her face. I don't want to go home to my mommy and daddy because they hit me, he said the child told him. He said when he put her in his car, the girl told him, Mr. Sir, I love you. I love you too, Taylor replied. Authorities have not yet confirmed if the little girl walked as far as she claimed, but Taylor indicated it was clear to him that she'd been in the inclement weather for an extended period. That's a very long walk, and people have to shovel their snow and do other things. No one saw her walking. I don't understand that. To this day right now, I still don't understand how no one saw this child. Police arrived and took the girl to Cornish Children's Hospital where she was evaluated. Taylor followed them there and remained at the hospital for 5 hours, making sure the child checked out favorably. Walker indicated she's now homeless and parentless, as her mother and father have yet to come forward. According to one of Taylor's Facebook posts, a woman claiming to be the girl's grandmother showed up to the hospital Wednesday night, but the woman told doctors she had to move her car and never came back. This is sad. These people don't need to have kids, he said in a live stream from outside the children's hospital. Could somebody please come and see about your grandchild, your cousin, whoever? If you know her, please come. Local officials said the Illinois Department of Family Services was notified and Chicago Police Department detectives were investigating. No one reported the girl missing. Police located her parents and the child was temporarily placed with extended family while DCFS investigates what happened and why. She doesn't need to go back to her parents. Like, she said that her parents hit her and he said he saw a scar on her face, which was clearly from abuse from them. So she doesn't need to be back with her parents. And her parents need to not only be investigated, but they need to be in jail. Because that's extreme child neglect. Luckily, this little girl did not die from hypothermia. Like, she could have froze to death out there. It's a miracle that she even survived at that age. You have people older than her with no underlying conditions who would have passed out in that snow. And she survived. Good thing he was there. According to NBC Chicago, Taylor and his wife are interested in adopting the girl when she is released from the hospital. And I was literally, I kid you not, before I read that line, I was getting ready to say, why doesn't he look into adopting her? I did what anyone should have done, Taylor said. I just want parents to be parents, raise your child, be by your child, console your child. These times in Chicago are very bad. I was born and raised here. I'm 46 years old and I've seen it all. And our youth these days, if they continue to see this, it's just going to be a cycle, and we don't want it to be a cycle. I'm all for this man adopting her because it seems like he's the only one that really gives a damn about the well-being of the child. Like, parents don't care. The grandmother doesn't care. And I would hate for her to end up in the system, because I think I've talked about that before, about how a lot of kids, when they end up in the system and they end up in these group homes, like, it's rough from what I've heard. Stories that I've heard over the years. But hopefully, he and his wife consider adopting her and that they are able to do so. And if they do, I would like to know if there's an update that comes from that saying that he did adopt her. Because he, in this moment, was being a better parent than the ones that were supposed to be parents. But it still ended in it being a good story because the girl's safe right now. He, luckily he was there, because it could have turned into something completely worse. Like, it could have really ended badly for her. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you text the number that is pinned down in the comments below so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video.